Daddy don't want to play right now. They give you some loving. Wait, what are you doing? You cook a bird? They're just trying to give you some loving. They're trying to give you some loving.
Hurricane Sandy, the new advisory on Hurricane Sandy, the 8 p.m. update. Winds at 75 miles an hour. Still a hurricane moving to the north at 7 miles per hour. Moving slowly northward.
Stink pot.
Right, and of course we're getting new information on watches and warnings. There are some minor changes with this advisory.
You're a stinker, Molly.
A special Weather Center Live. It's 8 o'clock Eastern. Crystal Lager along with Reynolds Wolf. We want to get right to our hurricane specialist now, Brian Norcross, for the latest analysis on this advisory. Brian, is it surprising we're still at a hurricane?
Yeah, it did surprise me.
What are you doing?
I've gone by this before. Looking at these nighttime satellite pictures, you just can't see the details sometimes. And the hurricane hunters, they look very closely. They found actually lower pressure a half hour ago, and then the pressure went up a little bit. So the Hurricane Center opting to stay with a hurricane for now, and we'll just see it. I mean, take a look at the latest advisory we'll give it to you here. You see 75 miles per hour winds. There's that pressure. That's sort of the average pressure of the measurements that the hurricane hunters found over the last hour or so. It's still moving to the north at 7 miles an hour. So we still have this track that moves in kind of the north and northeast. Notice the Hurricane Center, this is as of their 5 o'clock advisory. So we don't get a new cone until 11 o'clock. But as of the 5 o'clock advisory, still thinking that it may weaken a little bit and then strengthen again later in the weekend and then be at hurricane strength before it comes in. This 65 here is actually as it starts to weaken because the center has come ashore and more of the circulation to the land and the friction begins to take over there. So, interestingly, this is why we pay them the big bucks there in Miami to analyze this and analyze all this information, and they made the judgment that even though this is a messy-looking thing on the satellite, still has a fairly low pressure with the center right in there and creeping along to the north, that what's happening with that relatively low pressure is that the energy is just being spread out in a bigger and bigger way, and the peak winds in the storm here somewhere are still at 75 miles per hour. We still have to talk about the size of it, and we're getting indications of the tropical storm force winds just impinging on the Florida coast tonight, and then kind of shrinking down a little bit before it starts to really grow here. This is late on Saturday, just fringing the Carolina coast there with those tropical storm force winds. And then you see the size of it growing and growing to where 6 a.m. on Monday morning now, we're getting those high winds there into the northeast. So that analysis there of the winds and how much it's going to grow and when they're going to impact the coast, that's all going to be done here in the next few hours by the Hurricane Center. And a new version of that will come out.
Go read his place now.
As more and more information comes in. But fundamentally, the storm is on track, and it is still expected to be this massive, all-time, in terms of what we've ever seen, kind of windstorm turning from the ocean and coming ashore and pushing a lot of water up against the coast. When I talk about the coast, the story is along the coast in Florida, just north of West Palm Beach on Singer Island. Jim, so, you get trapped by looking at those satellite pictures, and the hurricane hunters go by. That's what we have for.
Right, and as we always say, there's not much difference between 75 miles an hour and 70, quite frankly. So, it's 5 miles an hour. Brian, I wanted to ask you this: have we done anything in terms of telling our viewers
You a stinker, Molly May?
Of a duration the storm winds and these storms be accompanying places, let's say, for example, like New York or Philly, or Hartford, or even D.C. for that matter?
Well, we probably need to get there, Jim. We showed there the topical update a few minutes ago.
Rotten thing, you.